Hello, another edition of the Girlfriends After Show. Girlfriends After Show. We're on season 1, and I am the episode 4, which was titled Hip-Ocracy, back in October 2nd of 2000. Yeah, so it's very interesting. We're going backwards. We're doing these. Thank you so much for watching the After Show. I'm so grateful to you guys. I'm James Lott Jr., your host. I'm so happy you guys are enjoying them. I'm liking the numbers. Thank you so much. We're on every Saturday. So Saturday morning to afternoon, new episodes are released. There might be some specials during the week. So go ahead and make sure you're following this After Show wherever, JLJ Media, all streaming services, and YouTube. So this one is another interesting, again, right out the gate, we're on episode 4 of the first season, and this show is delivering. The writing is so good, and the way they're introducing subjects, it's funny, but also thought-provoking, not super serious, but brings up issues that are just not really talked about that much, especially in a comedy, and having all the Black women on the show be able to be complex. I think that's such a wonderful thing. This one, because you can tell it's dated, is about online dating. So everybody besides Maya is gone on now set up for online dating. And I remember when online dating started, and there was the stigma. It's still weird, but the stigma was only losers go to online dating. Only people who can't find a man or a woman go on online dating. Crazy folks are online, because they still are. But it's a big stigma. And back then especially, it wasn't something that's out in the open now where people used to not admit that they were online dating. It was like a secret. And people ask you, how'd you meet? Oh, we met at a bar. Like, well, we did meet at a bar eventually, but originally we did meet online. No one talks about that very much. So that's kind of funny that back then there was a big, like, kind of no-no. But Maya and William kind of make fun of Joan. This is kind of the whole no dating thing, that she's a person who's not big and doesn't have a lot of dates and stuff. We kind of learn her journey as the show continues. But they will all be at 8:47. And I have done this before too, where back in my old days, I used to give my best friend either the restaurant I was going to meet them up at, or the coffee shop, or the address, or wherever, so they could be nearby. Then after phones came in and there was texting, a lot of times I would text them where I was, the person's name. There are little things I would do to just be safe, because you just never know, right? You just never know. So I do that. But they have their own like signals, and they have people nearby. It's really funny. But it's something that, I understand that. Toni, Lynn, and Joan are there waiting for their dates. And of course, Toni wants a rich man. She's waiting for a rich man to come. Lynn's waiting for some Rastafarian, which plays into stuff later when she's with Vasco. That kind of plays into her whole thing there. And Joan's waiting for Marcus. We meet Marcus Stokes. Looks fine. Tall, dark-skinned, handsome man. They have a great conversation talking about going to the Caribbean. Like, I miss the Caribbean right now myself. And back then, the Sinbad festivals. Remember how big Sinbad was? Especially back in those days, especially. He's still around. He's still around. But just back then, he used to put all these festivals and things that were really, really big. I had a friend who used to live in Hidden Hills, where he lived, not far from where he lived. And so he was a very nice guy. But the funny part was, he brought back up, and it was all these giant big men, and they get up and they start. It's really funny just aesthetically to see that, how he was like, well, you could be crazy. I don't know. We learned that Maya is a conspiracy theorist, which plays out throughout the show history. She'll run. And she believes some of these conspiracies that are out there. And she's just going off about these dates. Toni meets her man. This is very interesting. And he's very dark-skinned, but he's rich. So for her, he's too Black. Now, Toni, as you know, is dark-skinned herself. So I thought, ooh, how's this going to play out? Because he has money. Now, later, she was with Idris Elba, and he's dark, but that's another story. But in this instance, we're learning some more about Toni and how she views herself and the world. She does want money. She wants power and that kind of stuff. But I guess not at all costs, right? Joan's wary of Marcus because he seems just too perfect. So here we go. The third shoe thing. I think they called it on Sex and the City, the powder keg, or the bomb or something. There was always like things seemed to go a certain way. Then there was like that thing. I always called the third shoe dropping. Like everything was fine, and the thing happens. You're like, oh, it explodes in their face. That was kind of. I wish I could remember what they called that. I want to say powder keg. That's may not be it. But that was the whole thing. Is like that is completely. He seems perfect, but it's a comedy, so you gotta have some comedy. You gotta see Joan date some people and make a comedy. She's in his place. This is immaculate. I love that all the things she sees, the linens. She picks up a couple of CDs, and it's Coltrane and Macy Gray, which is, I love Macy Gray. A book, Walter Mosley. Like everything was Afrocentric. It was all about blackness. I love it. It was just so normal. He's a black man. He has these things in here. I think props are very important in telling a story. And it's also, I love the small details. I think some people on a lot of shows, we take for granted that all the props, all the books, all the music, it's just white most of the time. It's just or just large artists. It could be Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. But I love that how she was like Macy Gray, Coltrane. Like there was some history in some of this stuff, some modernism. Walter Mosley, the great writer. I just love that it was kind of that attention to detail was in there. She falls and she sees under the bed a girdle or a body shaper. It's his. She runs out. Later they talk, and Marcus has hips. I cry laughing every time he stands up in her office, or when he's at 847 trying knocking people over with his ass. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. Joan can't get over it. It's a weird shaped body. It's kind of funny. But then you have William mentioning Yvonne. Now here's a little something that's changed. I always catch things. You always catch things. And he says to Maya, because they haven't met yet, that she loves to garden, that she's a writer. She's a writer? I think she's a cop later. So they must have changed that. But she's a writer. I thought that was like, oh, okay. Interesting. Joan accuses Toni of self-hatred. But Toni loves her, so she thinks very highly of herself. That's really good. But there's real talk about dark-skinnedness. And actually about marrying someone who's also dark-skinned and having dark-skinned children. Never talked about before on a sitcom or anywhere else up to that point. Never talked about. I thought brilliant. That was it's very real. Colorism is a real thing in the Black community. And she mentions about being dark-skinned and all the name calling, skillet, tar baby. There's some little jokes in there, but it's real stuff. And that, that she's afraid to have a little girl to be even darker than her and to go through what she's gone through. And I thought that's really interesting. That even though she loves herself so much as a person, she's beautiful, like she has to work at it harder, she feels, to get noticed because she's darker, and the light skinned people get, it was such a interesting, real honest take on it and how people view themselves and how society views us in different colors. And Joan and her comes to an understanding, but it's like you get some insight to Toni can be deep. And Toni is masking some deep scars. And one of them probably is being dark skinned, though she thinks she's beautiful. She has to kind of compensate, she feels, with getting weaves and presses in the hair and all this stuff she talks about. Again, never had that talk on television before. Now at the very end, you meet crazy Yvonne. So more to come on that, of course, when that comes out. So that was episode 4, season 1, Girlfriends on DVD. CW The Seed, go there, it's free. I know BT Her showing episodes, but I don't know if they're showing season 1, but they're showing episodes on there too. So Girlfriends is out there. Go online, probably can find it too online, who knows. But go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. We're on all streaming services. We're on JLJ Media on YouTube. If you have a request or questions or things you want to see on here, let me know. I want to be interactive and talk to you. Thanks to all the folks that let me share this with all the Girlfriends fans. I appreciate it more than you know. We're going to continue doing this. It's just been so much fun for me. Because I was going to watch the show anyway. And someone said I should do it, so now I'm doing it, and I'm having the best time of my life. That's how life should be. Everyone, please wash your hands, wear a mask. Black Lives Matter. Women's rights matter.